Imagine revitalizing the mining sector and establishing a new benchmark for sustainable mining by turning depleted natural resources into shimmering gold bars. This is the audacious reality in Burkina Faso, where innovation is transforming the country's economy and changing the mining industry. With a vision for industrial development and a revolutionary approach to resource management, the nation is transforming waste into wealth and drawing interest from around the world for its mining investment potential. This goes beyond simple gold mining. It tells the tale of ambition, economic growth, and the prospects for investment in Africa. However, what is the process? Gold has always been associated with ambition and prosperity. However, it is considerably more than just a symbol in Burkina Faso. For millions of people, it serves as a lifeline and a pillar of the country's economy. Being one of Africa's leading producers of gold, Burkina Faso's economy is greatly influenced by gold mining, which also generates income and exports throughout the nation. However, the paradox of resource wealth has long plagued the country in spite of its plenty. Where enormous natural wealth does not result in widespread affluence, the management and exploitation of Burkina Faso's gold are major factors in this conflict. The nation exported $6.74 billion worth of gold in 2022 alone, with Switzerland accounting for the largest portion at $5.93 billion. The United Arab Emirates, Mali, India, and Rwanda were among the other destinations. The foundation of the formal commerce sector and a major contributor to the GDP of the nation are these lawful exports, which are made possible by industrial mining operations. However, illegal gold trafficking and smuggling fuel a shadow economy that coexists with this official trade. There are serious problems in the Sahel region, which includes Burkina Faso, as criminal networks take advantage of mineral resources and unregulatedly sell them in foreign markets. In addition to depleting the nation's finances, this illegal activity makes social unrest and environmental damage worse. Large amounts of gold are exported illegally, avoiding established trade routes and leaving a significant portion of the riches unaccounted for, which makes the situation even more complicated by gold smuggling. The involvement of artisanal mining, which sustains thousands of Burkinabe families, adds to this complexity, yet frequently takes place informally. Although not all artisanal mining is prohibited, because it is informal, smugglers and middlemen may take advantage of it. This feeds a vicious cycle in which local residents suffer the most from social unrest and environmental harm, while a large portion of Burkina Faso's gold wealth benefits international markets. The harsh truth is that Burkina Faso's gold frequently serves the interests of foreigners much more than those of its own citizens. Due to this imbalance, the country has been dependent on foreign powers for many years, unable to use its mineral riches to their full potential for economic growth at home. In this regard, many of our young people now find themselves in the most agonizing conditions on the artisanal production sites. As an example, when we consider the gold mining industry, your long-term subject on the employability of young people in the rural area. Maybe this is what happened in the 19th century in Europe or America, when folks dug their own galleries to harvest the ore. A daring new chapter is beginning with the gold that young people take advantage of, that others come to purchase at low costs, that fuels terrorism, and that leaves the nation without our control. Burkina Faso is taking the initiative to recover its riches by implementing a groundbreaking strategy for sustainable mining and resource management. The nation is demonstrating its ability to overcome the problem of exploitation and dependency by converting mining waste into gold and retaining a larger portion of the value chain within its borders. There is more to this project than just economics. It's a revolutionary step toward independence and sovereignty. There is more to this tale than gold. It's about empowerment, economic growth, and the hope of a better future for Africa. The innovation of Burkina Faso reflects a larger trend on the continent as countries are starting to expect more from their resources and reconsider the possibilities. Gold is a social and political power in addition to an economic one. Burkina Faso must maintain control over this resource in order to demonstrate its sovereignty and create a more just future. This is where the groundbreaking concept of converting trash into gold enters the picture, changing the balance of power in the country's favor. But what's so unique about these waste-to-gold bars? These gold bars could appear to be just like any other to the inexperienced eye. However, their history reveals a tale of creativity and change. The materials used to make these bars were from mining waste, which was thrown away as useless. Not only is it a technological feat, but turning what was once trash into treasure makes a powerful statement about the importance of innovation. Tons of trash, including boulders and mud containing traces of gold, are frequently left over during mining operations. This waste was once thought to be an unavoidable result, something to be thrown away or allowed to build up. This story is completely reversed by Burkina Faso's initiative. The nation is demonstrating that no resource is genuinely worthless by recovering gold from garbage. These gold bars represent possibilities and are more than simply metal. They demonstrate that Burkina Faso is not satisfied with simply exporting cheap raw resources. Rather, it is adding value inside its boundaries and making sure that its citizens profit from the riches created. However, how precisely can gold be extracted from waste? Add your voice to the total liberation of Africa by leaving a comment in the comments section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more informative videos like this one. Let's proceed. Although it may seem like magic, turning mining waste into gold has its roots in science and engineering. Modern technology, exacting chemistry, and knowledge of the distinct makeup of mining waste are all combined in this procedure. It's an accomplishment that is both useful and amazing, a painstaking process that turns trash into shining bars of gold. The mining sites themselves are where this shift starts. A mixture of crushed rock, fine sediments, and remnants of metals that weren't entirely collected during the initial process are what remain after the primary extraction of gold ore. This substance, referred to as tailings, frequently remains unutilized for years, disregarded as a necessary consequence of mining, but it has unrealized potential. The waste still contains tiny gold particles that are frequently too small to be removed with conventional techniques. Engineers and technicians use sophisticated refining methods created especially to retrieve even the smallest gold particles in order to unlock this hidden riches. The first step in the procedure is gathering rubbish, which is then meticulously sorted and examined. Mining waste is not all made equal. Depending on the original extraction techniques and the geological characteristics of the mining location, each batch has a different composition. Following classification, the material undergoes chemical treatment. Leaching, which entails dissolving the gold particles in a liquid solution, is one of the most often used techniques. The waste material is mixed with a precisely measured chemical, usually cyanide or a less harmful substitute. The gold particles are separated from the surrounding rock and sediment by this chemical's binding with them. A number of filtration and extraction steps are subsequently performed on the liquid solution, which is now rich with dissolved gold. In order to precipitate the gold back into a solid state throughout these phases, more compounds are added. A concentrated gold product is produced as a result, and it is subsequently melted, purified, and formed into bars. This technique demands extreme precision at every stage. While avoiding waste and environmental damage, engineers must make sure that the maximum amount of gold is recovered. This strategy is unique not only because of the technology, but also because it may be tailored to local conditions. In Burkina Faso, for instance, the mineralogical makeup of garbage might differ greatly from one location to another. This calls for specialized modifications to the extraction's mechanical and chemical procedures. Burkina Faso's engineers are skilled at modifying these methods to optimize effectiveness while utilizing the nation's distinctive resources. The process's usage of monitoring tools is another novel element. To make sure that no chance for recovery is lost, sensors and data analytics are used to monitor the extraction process in real time. This degree of accuracy demonstrates how Burkina Faso is using technology to recover its treasure and reflects the sophistication of contemporary mining methods. But technology isn't the only factor. The human factor is equally crucial to the transformation's success. The development of these techniques has been greatly aided by local scientists, engineers, and technicians. Professionals in Burkina Faso now possess the abilities required to manage these intricate systems thanks to training initiatives and collaborations with international specialists. By guaranteeing that the knowledge remains in the nation and helps future generations, this investment in human capital is just as significant as the technological breakthroughs itself. Furthermore, the procedure signifies a change in the more general resource management paradigm. Burkina Faso is showing the need of re-evaluating what is already accessible, rather than concentrating just on obtaining additional stuff. This is consistent with sustainable mining principles, where resources are used as efficiently as possible while causing the least amount of environmental damage. There is more to the process of turning mining waste into gold than meets the eye. It's a declaration of resourcefulness and fortitude. It demonstrates that with the correct combination of technology, knowledge, and willpower, obstacles, no matter how overwhelming, can be transformed into possibilities. By showing that even the tiniest pieces of gold may lead to significant change, Burkina Faso's achievements in this field are encouraging other countries to reconsider how they handle their mineral resources. However, who made this possible? Like many great endeavors, Burkina Faso's golden revolution started with an audacious idea. The National Agency for Gold Production and Marketing, or SONASP, is leading this effort. In charge of managing the nation's gold production, SONASP has been instrumental in making sure that this endeavor stays locally motivated and advantageous for the entire country. However, SONASP wasn't the only one. The creation of policies that promoted creativity and cooperation was made possible in large part by government assistance. Collaborations with regional companies, global specialists, and mining communities made sure the project was inclusive and realistic. The participation of small-scale miners is one of this story's most encouraging features. These people, who are frequently disregarded in the industrial mining industry, were offered the opportunity to take part. Their familiarity with the local mining environment was crucial in improving the techniques and technology. This partnership highlights an important lesson. When progress is made collaboratively, it works best. But why is this occurring at this time? Why was this the appropriate time for Burkina Faso to make such a daring move? Political will and economic need work together to provide the solution. Time is of the essence, and Burkina Faso's choice to transform waste into wealth. The timing couldn't have been more ideal. While others made money by refining gold, the nation struggled for years with the restrictions on exporting raw gold. Due to this cycle of dependency, Burkina Faso was unable to properly utilize its resources and was exposed to changes in the world market. It was necessity that made it clear that something needed to change. The nation was forced to reconsider its mining strategy due to economic difficulties and a growing understanding of the potential for local value addition. Simultaneously, a surge of African political leadership demanded more authority over resources. The proposal from Burkina Faso is a component of this larger trend toward economic independence and self-sufficiency. However, the timing was influenced by opportunity as much as politics. Technological developments make it possible to economically extract gold from garbage. This meeting point between capability and need established the ideal circumstances for Burkina Faso to start its golden revolution. In addition to being revolutionary, Burkina Faso's attempts to recover gold from garbage are producing observable, quantifiable outcomes. This innovative method employs mining tailings, a completely new supply of gold, whereas typical mining concentrates on removing gold straight from ore. These formerly disregarded relics have turned out to be a wealth of unrealized potential, consistently boosting the country's expanding productivity. The scope of Burkina Faso's accomplishments goes beyond sheer numbers. The goal is to redefine mining industry efficiency. This project is radically altering the way resources are valued by extracting even the smallest gold particles from garbage. For instance, the nation has already treated a sizable amount of mining waste, establishing a model for industrial expansion. The diversification of the nation's gold supply chain is another noteworthy result of this invention. Historically, industrial mining operations that depend on extensive infrastructure and international corporations have provided the majority of Burkina Faso's gold. The mining industry now has a new dimension thanks to waste processing, which enables localized and smaller-scale operations to make a substantial contribution to total production. The fact that this is a scalable method rather than a one-time accomplishment is really fascinating. Waste from every mine in Burkina Faso may be examined, evaluated, and turned into business opportunities. This makes it possible to produce a steady flow of gold, which might boost the nation's reserves and exports without requiring the expansion of environmentally damaging extraction operations. More generally, this project is changing perceptions of what a nation with abundant natural resources, like Burkina Faso, is capable of. The amount of value that can eventually be derived from every ounce of material handled is more important than the amount of gold that is first mined. This change in perspective makes the nation a leader in the mining sector, offering a template that might be used throughout Africa and beyond. The production's symbolic significance is arguably its most significant influence. Considering the wider picture, experts predict that Burkina Faso could greatly expand this initiative to account for a growing share of its gold production. This would not only boost the country's economy, but also lessen its reliance on traditional mining. Each bar of gold produced from waste carries a story of resilience, ingenuity, and the refusal to let valuable resources go to waste in a global market, where many countries struggle with inefficient resource management. Opening the door for a resource strategy that is more varied and sustainable. The question is not only how much gold Burkina Faso can produce, but also how this success might reshape resource management in the future and establish new benchmarks for the global mining sector, as the nation continues to improve its processes and expand operations. What impact will this have on Burkina Faso's international standing is the question now. In addition to revolutionizing its economy, Burkina Faso's innovative attempts to recover value from mining waste are also changing the nation's reputation abroad. Burkina Faso struggled to hold onto the wealth created by its mineral resources, and for many years it was seen as a resource-rich but economically dependent country. With its creative approach to resource sovereignty and sustainable mining, the nation is now establishing itself as a global leader in resilience and inventiveness. Above all, with this move, Burkina Faso is demonstrating that it is no longer satisfied with only exporting raw materials passively. The nation is establishing itself as a leader in resource management by taking charge of its resources, generating value locally, and cutting waste. Other countries are keeping a close eye on this change, especially in Africa, where issues with exploitation and reliance are still prevalent. The success of Burkina Faso may spur a larger movement throughout the continent, pushing nations to look for novel approaches to optimize the advantages of their mineral riches. Burkina Faso's dedication to converting mining waste into gold is a potent illustration of responsible development from an environmental perspective. This action proves that environmental stewardship and economic growth can coexist in a world where sustainability is becoming more and more important. Burkina Faso is positioned as a progressive country that emphasizes green innovation in the mining sector, which is likely to attract the attention of international organizations and environmental advocacy groups. Additionally, Burkina Faso's standing as an investment destination is enhanced by this endeavor. African nations have historically been seen by many international investors mainly as raw material suppliers. Burkina Faso's capacity to use cutting-edge technology and promote indigenous knowledge, however, calls into question this antiquated viewpoint. The nation is demonstrating its ability to effectively manage and refine its resources in addition to extracting them. Global investors searching for chances in advanced industrial development and sustainable mining are probably going to be interested in this change. A powerful geopolitical message is also conveyed by Burkina Faso's achievement. Richer countries have profited from the raw commodities taken from African nations for decades, letting them bear the social and environmental consequences. Burkina Faso is claiming its economic independence and escaping the cycle of dependency by recovering its resources and manufacturing valuable gold bars domestically. Its increased self-assurance in handling its wealth may result in more negotiating leverage in global relationships and commerce. Furthermore, the country's change may change how the world media portrays it. For far too long, Burkina Faso headlines have frequently highlighted issues like political instability, poverty, and insecurity. A new narrative of inventiveness, tenacity, and hope is presented by this success tale. It enables Burkina Faso to be viewed as a leader in developing solutions rather than merely a nation facing challenges. Additionally, there can be social and cultural repercussions from this shift of perspective. Burkina Faso residents may feel more empowered and have a stronger sense of national identity as a result of the pride that comes with these accomplishments. It makes it abundantly evident to the world that Burkina Faso is a country that can control its own course and make a significant contribution to the international economy. Burkina Faso's emergence as a pioneer in resource efficiency and sustainable mining serves as a reminder of the potential that may be achieved with perseverance and ingenuity in a world that frequently undervalues smaller or developing countries. The nation is now more than just a player in the world gold market. It is paving the way by demonstrating that even the tiniest slivers of possibility may result in significant transformation. Do you believe that Burkina Faso's choice will save lives? Will more countries wish to follow suit? If Africa begins to recover its resources, will it be able to grow? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. We explore the rich history, culture, and the ongoing struggle for sovereignty in Africa. Join us in this important conversation by subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you're not just staying informed, you're becoming part of a movement dedicated to reclaiming Africa's rightful place on the global stage. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Let's work together to spread knowledge and inspire change. Thanks for watching.